Hi, I'm On and On and On.
I'm Jamie Boy Blue.
And we are father and son footy. We are now in Newcastle, New South Wales, visiting some family, enjoying the sunshine. Last night we watched West Ham versus Chelsea, the London Derby, the third away game. What did you think?
Easy win. Jackson and Cole Palmer. Two goals for Jackson, one for Palmer. I wanted Jackson to get that hat trick. Didn't happen. Our prediction was still we were gonna win.
We said 4-1, so it was 3-0. Same.
But-
we got it right.
Like, because we didn't think Sanchez could hold a clean sheet. First one of the season, so.
Was it first one of the season? No, we won 1-0 last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Second clean sheet.
So, and long may that continue. Let's start with a few things that we saw about the game, particularly the 6 things to mention. Thank you, Benson, for this. And let's start. Number 1, Jackson. What did you think about our Nicholas Jackson, new contract boy?
He was very good in the link-up play, and the finishing, he just had to put it in. The goalie, I'm questioning if it was or the goalie or Nicholas Jackson, because the goalie...
You mean the one between the legs?
Yeah. Was it the goalie's fault, or was it just Jackson getting a cheeky goal?
Well, look, you're making a very good point, like you said.
Because they tried doing it to Sanchez. He did the goalie position technique.
That's right.
Arriola did not. That's
right.
why he probably didn't save that.
To Jackson's favor, he ran in, he looked up at both goals. He knew where he was placing the ball. Unlike, for instance, Nkunku, when he had that header from like inside the goal that he just head straight in. If he would have put that anywhere else, that would have been a goal. What I'm trying to say is that Nicholas Jackson placed the ball. He knew where he was putting that ball. That's what we like to see. Good striker kind of play. Now, do you think that he ran out of steam a little bit, Jackson?
Second half, he couldn't run. Palmer tried his best helping Jackson, but Jackson was like, sorry, too tired. Subbing Nkunku.
Well, I think that goes together with his link-up play. Another thing to mention, which we thought was really, really good, was how he linked up with the midfielders, which could have contributed significantly to how tired he got. Because he really ran back, ran up, ran to the sides. There's a lot of running. What did you think, Jamie, about his link-up play?
It was very, very well done, especially in the first half. Sancho, 2 assists, 2 games. You are on fire.
It was 1 assist, Caicedo with the 2nd assist, and Jackson with the 3rd assist. But you mean 2 assists, 2 games?
Yeah.
I get it now. Oh, yeah, totally.
Sancho
2 games,
is
2
so
assists.
far
You're right. Yeah, brilliant.
Someone.
So, yeah, Sancho, he didn't have a great game, but he was there in the beginning. He was there when it mattered, right off the blocks, right out of the blocks. Brilliant. So,
yeah, but Jackson had a half hat trick because 2 goals, 1 assist. Combines 3 goals.
You've convinced me.
Yeah.
And let's say what else? His goals. We said, like, when we were talking about it, these were not your, header in. They're no easy goals, but they're easier goals. They're definitely harder ones. These were.
He didn't tap any of them in. He actually ran for it. The through balls were the only reason we probably scored those 2. Sancho and Caicedo, that vision.
Well, you need, there's a saying. They say you need 2 to tango. You need 2 for the dance. So you need somebody to make the pass, but you need somebody to create the space for the pass as well. And I think that Nicholas Jackson did so well with that. It was great to see him when he had legs for it.
First time he ran at the right time. First time, no offsides, finally.
No offsides, no yellow cards. Brilliant.
I mean, Cuckoo and Colwill. No, and Wesley got yellows, but...
So, next up, Caicedo. The birth of N'Golo Caicedo. What a superstar. And what did you think about that performance, Jenny?
14, defending.
Tackles? No, duels. 13 duels won, 8 tackles won in 1 game. Madness.
History for I'm pretty sure Kante got
everywhere. He was here. He was there. He was everywhere.
Attack, defense. He was such a defensive
and everybody
player.
else was subbed, but he just didn't run out of steam.
I thought
what an engine.
I thought Dewsbury Hall would be subbing off Caicedo. because he
Oh,
just played with the
I
entire.
thought he still has not arrived yet.
No, so far the game he played all right for the last
You
20
reckon?
minutes.
I
Yeah.
thought his passing was
His
rubbish.
passing was good. Just the attacking was bad.
Right,
his
on
through
we go.
balls are good.
On we go. He was that position for me. Look, I see
Yeah,
what
but
you're saying.
he was playing like Enzo. He was playing as that super attacking midfielder.
That's
Yeah,
a
that was
very good
very
point.
interesting. Enzo was playing like a very attacking.
Yeah, so exactly like you're saying, I think that was important
We
about
had, like,
Caicedo's. Yeah, go on.
It was more of a CDM and a center mid than like two CDMs or two center mids.
Wow, you're making a very good point. For me, it still is jury's out to try and understand exactly how that is made up. So, for instance, what I could see was that Enzo was more on the left and Caicedo was more on the right. But both of them went up, both of them went down. It wasn't just one. Yeah, Enzo was further ahead of
Enzo
of
was going way
Caicedo.
too high up.
But Caicedo made the pass through the middle. Jamie,
He
so-
was. It was like a 5. No, it was a 4-1-1, like 3-2-1. I think like
boom.
like it's a 4-1-1-3-1.
All right, that's when we're in possession. See, one of the interesting things
A
we're going to
CDM
touch
and a
on.
center mid.
We're gonna touch upon that when we talk about the tactics. But if we go back for a second with Caicedo, last season there were a lot of question marks about how Caicedo is playing with Fernandez. Do you think that this game was a step forward on that?
I mean, they didn't really pass the ball that much. I'm telling you. Honestly, the assist that they gave to Jackson was Enzo to Caicedo, and then, yeah.
So, don't you think that's a good thing, mate? I thought
Yeah,
that
but
they
like-
played together well.
Caicedo really shows that he isn't a scorer. Like, 1 goal and, like, 10 assists.
Oh, if he plays like that, he doesn't need to score in my books.
That,
You know?
like, pretty sure 1 goal and, like, 15 assists that season.
All right, I don't know
Something
his
like
stats,
that.
but we can look that up.
That
So-
1 goal, half line. Ooh.
For me, the positioning play, the fact that he linked up well with Caicedo was a huge step forward. We need those two, the engine of our midfield, the CDMs.
Where's
need
Lavia?
them.
I want to see Lavia play. I know.
I reckon we'll see him on
no,
Tuesday
no,
against Barrow.
no. Caicedo's going to play because of that lovely game that he played. I'm telling you. But Enzo, is he going to stay on or is it going to be Lavia?
All right, we're going to see that. We're going to do a video about the Barrow game, the Carling Cup game.
Tomorrow,
Oh, they
probably.
don't call it Carling Cup anymore. They call it the League Cup now.
Probably like 2 games, 2 days.
All right, so Jamie, you mentioned this when we talked. Jamie, you thought that if Jackson would not have scored those wonderful goals, Caicedo would have been your man of your match.
Yeah.
All right, so it was that good as far as you're concerned. That for me was
His
a
defending
breakout
was
performance
like-
by Caicedo.
Even like had all of his stamina ran out at the end, he still jogged and defended. Like he didn't even need to sprint. He still went there and defended perfectly.
Yeah. All right, which leads us to another.
But that's the thing about Jackson.
Yeah.
He didn't jog. He just walked. He didn't do what Caicedo did. That's the difference of the man of the match. Like, if it wasn't for Jackson scoring 2 goals, if he even scored 1, Caicedo would still get man of the match, in my opinion.
Well, that's cool. So let's move on to the next incredible performance. For me, it has to be Cucurella.
Cucurella.
He's really taken on that
So brave.
inverted fullback role, inverted left back role. He's doing it so well. Again, like I said, he was there in their face, in attack, in defense. He was there on the left side, locking it down when we were without the ball, pushing it up when we were with the ball. What did you think about Cucurella's performance?
Super, super brave.
Absolutely.
He went all the way
Bravado.
down with his head. Like, he could have gotten a serious injury there.
I'm thinking of growing out my hair like Cucurella. What do you think?
Mm.
Nah. What else did he do great? I thought that what you mentioned was the one thing. If we would talk about Cucurella, brave. What a brave performance. He really put his body on the line. But for that, you mentioned it to me when we talked earlier, Jamie.
Yellow.
That
He ended up with a yellow.
dark yellow.
So, this close to red.
Well, I think, again, that's the thing about Cucurella. He is starting to be a bit of an enforcer. He's starting to be a bit of a in-your-face kind of guy.
Yeah, but
It's not going to back down.
the Premier League isn't giving away red cards. Like, it's super hard. Even though if it's a goal-scoring opportunity, like that counterattack, if it wasn't for Cuckoo sliding.
Well, okay, so if we're going to talk about the
Probably
rules a
would've
little bit here a second, the goal scoring opportunity, he was so far away from goal that you would not
Really?
be able to.
He was in our half,
No,
and it was
no,
only
that
like
was
3
in
players.
their half. It was in the opponent's half. So there's really, it would have to be a really unsporting behavior and a really, really aggressive foul. Now, it was, but you
It
know
was
what? He
very
wasn't that
aggressive.
far away from the ball.
I mean, I
Again,
saw him touching it a little bit, the ball.
I agree.
He
I
touched the
agree.
ball a little.
So yeah, for me a yellow, but it was a bit risky. And so if I also just a little touch on the fact that the refereeing again unbalanced, again in favor
Should have been like
of
5
of
reds.
the opposition, but that penalty that was or wasn't. What's your take on that penalty, Jamie?
My opinion, could be a penalty, but Wesley, I'm pretty sure before that, his foul was that DCC, no?
Oh, Wesley, DCC wasn't on yet.
Oh, so it was for Fana. He already got a yellow card, so like, I'm pretty sure.
Was it? Look, I'm not sure whether it was before or after, but what I'd say about that was 2 things. One was Wesley was playing with fire. He was caught out of position. He did the right thing a few times where he did what's called the professional foul. But you got to remember, no Malo Gusto, no Reece James. This is not the position that we want. I'm sure somebody out there is going to wonder why did we let our what was that player called? Jesus, if I can't remember the name. The player with the long hair, the homegrown right back. All right, in the comments, if you remember, of course you remember. I'm going to write this now. I'm talking about the homegrown defender that we let go.
If we're
on
talking
loan.
about the defense,
Yep.
Tosin.
Yeah. What did you make of Tosin?
Incredible Tosin.
What did you make of Tosin?
He definitely played a lot better than Fofana at centre back, my opinion.
Really? You think that the pairing
He
Tosin
really and
Colwell
Colwill
is
very
better than
better.
Fofana Colwell?
Yes.
All right. Well, you know what? I have to say that I'm not fully on board with that yet, but I will definitely say that for this game, they locked it down, especially in the air. Finally, very, very high center backs. We had it all day long. They could not get one ball in the air that we weren't there. So the defense is really starting to come together. So excited about that. But if we're already talking about the defense, Jamie, let's talk about the linchpin, the big Spaniard in the middle, Sanchez. What did you think about him?
Incredible.
Goyal. No, that's French. Hold on. I don't know how to say it in Spanish. But the game for him, for me, was another great step forward, another clean sheet. How many times did we get clean sheets last season? I can't remember that many. And so, again, a huge step forward. What I loved from him was his distribution. What did you think about his distribution, Jamie?
Pretty well.
Yeah, I thought so too. You can really start to see the ideas that Maresca is instilling in the team, the way that we're building out from the back. And Sanchez is getting better at finding that extra player. So usually from what I can see, it's a 3 pass and change. 1, 2, 3, change. All right, keep an eye out for that. So 3 passes on the short and then 1 off to another direction because somebody is free and available. The other thing...
Sanchez, when you were in the bathroom, producer, he did like a Ederson style volley all the way up to Jackson,
Yeah?
almost a goal, but Jackson couldn't hang on to the ball.
All right, so again, and that brings us into his balls over the top. His balls over the top are very important for this style of play, and they were getting so much better game on game, starting to nail them. We still had a few misses, a few balls that were a little bit too high, and that we missed on the over the top ball to Noni, especially, who I think another player who had a very good day at the office. He did his job from the beginning to the end, what was asked of him. So, one more thing about Sanchez was his positioning as a goalie. You mentioned it before, Jamie, and I just wanted to mention his shot stopping. So he made the right decisions. That's it, the right hand. He just held his ground, and they made that one ball, a really strong, good volley, half volley ball.
And one hand is...
And boom, he just one hand, big one
He didn't
hand.
even react like...
He denied
deny-
him,
he was
which
not-
leads us to the coldest of the cold, the iciest of the ice, Cole
Cole
Palmer,
Palmer.
baby. What'd you think of him?
First half, weak. I still love him. He's still my favorite player.
Weak, they mold him down. It's going to be something I think we're going to see
Yeah,
a lot
weak.
of. They're just
Like,
gonna
literally, he was
mold him
weak.
down. Choppity, chop the Palmer. Chop the palm down. That's what
But he
everybody's
got
gonna try
angry
and
at the
do.
second half, and he was just like,
And Jamie, you called it. When we
Screamer.
were watching the game, Jamie, you called it. You were like, "Hey, Cole Palmer is gonna shine in the second
I
half."
told
That's
you
basically-
after that miss, I told you it's fine. Palmer always comes back second half.
He knew it.
1 minute in the second half, screamer,
Fun.
absolute screamer.
Fan bloody tastic. Okay, so for me, one thing I wanted to mention, it reminded me of Zinedine Zidane, and what I mean by a Zidane-like performance was that he knew when to switch it on and when to relax. He went and he got the ball, he moved it around, and I think that goal, what a goal! Do you want to talk about that goal?
Yeah, but what I did see about Palmer, he was so calm every time he had the ball.
Cold.
But the entire other team was just like, oh no, he's so scared, he's so cold in his veins. We gotta kill him. And it's boom, they foul him like crazy.
They did. He's got to be protected over time, and I hope he doesn't get injured with all this.
If he doesn't get called up to England in the next national break, international break, he's gonna have to train in the gym a lot more.
All right. Well, okay. I wanted to mention his the goal. All right. So let me describe
Beautiful.
the goal a little bit. What was interesting about that is that you saw him cut across from the right to the left and plant it from the left side, which is not something
That's
you
what
see
Palmer
very
does.
often.
Like, he just goes completely. If he's on the right, he goes down to the left, but like kind of a curve one. And sometimes he goes far corners, but that's more of a Jackson thing to do.
Yeah. So incredible goal. If he finishes it, he finishes like Palmer. He doesn't do mundane goals. He does spectacular screamers. Fan bloody tastic. What a star boy. Take a bow.
Remember against Crystal Palace, the outside of the box, boom, so close to going in.
Well, the great thing about him is he has the confidence to keep on trying those. All right, we're going to wrap up our video with a little bit about Maresca, and that's important for me. 2 things about Maresca. So 1, proactive. When we were watching and saying, this guy is a bit this guy's a bit that, he's a bit tired, he needs a bit of a change. 2 minutes later, not more, the change was there. That is a little bit rare when it comes to football.
Caicedo, though.
Usually when we're like fans, we see something and the coaches tend to give it another 10-15 minutes before they make the change. Not Maresca. Proactive. Fucking love it. Pardon my French. Freaking love it. The second thing was that, like you said, Caicedo. He gave Caicedo a full game. He gave Noni almost a full game, and that's why I think that Caicedo is not going to be playing against Barrow. But you do. We're gonna do a different video on that.
Or Lavia, like it's any of them.
We've already touched on his passing structure, the probe from this side.
One
probe from
touch.
that,
He loves
look
the
from here.
one touch. Boom.
But what is important for me to mention, and with that we're going to love you and leave you until the next video, and that is the team are buying in. That's the important thing. He's managed to get the team on side. You can see everybody's playing a role. Everybody's got that fire, and everybody's buying into the way that we want to play football. So that is a great thing. Long may that continue. Thank you very much.
Yep.